Blog Talk Radio.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Divas That Care Network. My name is Candace Gish, and I'm the host of this program. Well, for any of you that have just tuned in for the very first time, I have the great opportunity, the great pleasure to interview amazing women from around the globe. These women are committed to making the world a better place. They're doing so many great things. And what we do is we provide a platform for them to share their stories. So I hope that you're able to check out our website at divasthatcare.com for all of our amazing shows. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and really anywhere that you can listen to podcasts. So make sure you check us out and also check out all of our other amazing hosts on the network. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to be interviewing a brand new diva to our program, and we're going to be welcoming her to our family. She is absolutely amazing. I have gone through her website, and it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and the things that she's doing, I just love it. So I'm going to be getting to know her, just like all of you are going to get to know her too. Today's guest is Eileen Castellano, and I'm just excited. Welcome to our program.
Thank you, Candace. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Well, I'm happy to, just to get to know you. I've never talked to you beforehand. We were introduced by a mutual friend of ours. And like everybody else, I want to get to know you. So would you mind spending a couple of minutes, telling us a little bit about yourself?
Of course. So I'm a family therapist by practice. That's what I did for 20 years. I worked as a therapist in private practice as an entrepreneur. And after that, I decided to take my business to more of the coaching, doing more coaching instead of therapeutic services, and was inspired to put some of the practices, some of the things that I had learned throughout all these years on how to help people figure out what in their life keeps them stuck. And I understood that healing for many is such a difficult thing to do. A lot of times, even mentioning that they go to a therapist was really one of the things that really inclined me to change into coaching, because I realized that some people would rather go to a coach and work on their healing aspects or what it is that's getting them, that's getting in their way. And so that's what I've done. I've been doing that for the past 20 years. I wrote a book called Heal Your Past and Live Today that was inspired by just that, by working with clients who really needed the healing aspect in order for them to start to live a dream-fulfilled life.
Oh, I love that. And I just want to kind of dive back into what you were mentioning before and how you were a coach and that you were a therapist. Was there a reason, did you find that it was just kind of that terminology then? A lot of people are kind of scared of that, and they're really looking for more of a positive word?
Yeah, absolutely, Candace. So as a therapist, people, a lot of times they would tell me, that was like the prelude before they even started the conversation. I'm not crazy. I'm here because so-and-so told me I had to come. And that would happen so frequent. It was like, okay, but I don't work with people who are crazy. Or the other line that I would give them is, what if we're all a little crazy and that's just okay?
Yeah.
So it was definitely something that was inhibiting for people to look for help. And as a coach, they just feel they feel more comforted in the opportunity to be able to speak about what is getting in their way, even if it might be a therapeutic issue, but we can still work through it from a coaching modality.
I love that. And we've had the opportunity to talk to many coaches on the program here, and, I just love what they're offering and how they're working with individuals out there. And it's a little bit different, and it's working, and I think that you do that too. You work on different vibrations. You work on different areas of people. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. So if we all realize that everything is energy and energy holds a vibration and a frequency, then it becomes very important for us to be aware of what kind of energy we're surrounding ourselves by and what kind of energy we're carrying ourselves. So an example that I would like to give, Candace, would be if you think about somebody that you're around and you're like, wow, I've got to see that person again, or I hate the way that I feel when I'm around them, or I feel like they overwhelm me or they deplete my energy. That obviously is somebody who's carrying around an energy that is negative or of a low vibration. And so just being aware that as we feel that and pick it up on other people, that other people also pick it up and feel it when they're around us. So coming to terms with understanding what is it that makes me feel good, what kind of vibration am I experiencing when I am feeling good, and how do I stay in that vibration is a lot of the coaching work that I do, even with entrepreneurs. I do a lot of work with people in finance and even other therapists and coaches.
All right. And, I just wanted to let everybody know, when I said that I went to your website, I just absolutely loved it. And I noticed a common theme on your, about butterflies. And I would love to talk a little bit about that, because I'm looking at these photos and like, oh, she's got butterflies everywhere. I wonder what that means. And then I thought, oh, well, we're just going to talk about that today.
So the butterfly represents a few things. Number one is I love to give people permission, and for them to give themselves permission to come out of their cocoon. So many times we're stuck in how we navigate life because it's what we were told we were supposed to do, or because we were told that we were supposed to be a certain way. And working with families, and especially when I was working with children, it was so easy to remind them that the butterfly becomes the butterfly once they leave the cocoon, and the importance of transforming into something beautiful is really our choice. We get to decide, am I still going to be that person that my mom or my dad or my coach or my teacher said I wasn't smart enough, or I was lazy, or for some reason I wasn't athletic enough? Or am I going to be the person that decides today, you know what, I've overcome other hardships in my life, and for that I want to continue in that strength and continue to propel and do the things that I would love to do and embrace the life that I want to live. So it's something that I've taught even children from younger ages, the practice of meditation, Candace. So really the butterfly for me represents coming out of the cocoon, transforming, and then the methodology that I would use to help them do that is through meditation and getting out of our own head, getting out of those negative thoughts and stepping into more positive ones. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And it's absolutely signifies everything that you're doing. Like I look at it, I'm like, this is just beautiful, and it's heart-centered. You can really tell that it has that feeling that you just want to be a part of that, because it would make you feel good and relaxed. And I just thought it was really fantastic. And one of the things that you do is, when you're working with people, you don't just work with people because you are from Miami, correct?
Yes, I'm in Miami.
You're in Miami. Do you just work with people directly in Miami, or do you kind of work with people on a global scale? Like, do you do a lot of online things with Zoom and so on?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I have clients from all over the world. So we do Zoom meetings, and even if they're in town or I'm traveling, we try to meet somewhere in between also. So there's different ways of working with me. I love the one-on-ones and working on a personal, but still, if we are doing something, instead of just doing it like a telephone call, I love the Zoom, because I get to at least see, and they get to see me. It's a nice connection that we get to have. So I love that the internet and web's been able to facilitate this for us with people everywhere.
Isn't that the beauty of it? There's some negative aspects of social media and being online, but there's so many great things about it, where you can connect with people that you might not have been able to meet any other way. And that's what I love about what you're doing, is that you're able to connect with people on a bigger scale. Do you do a lot of workshops? Do you do any retreats, anything like that?
I do both. So sometimes we have a half-day workshop or a full-day workshop, and that could be that we pick a particular theme. For example, now I'm doing some workshops on Heal Your Past to Live Today, where people get to learn how to do my affirmations book, and they get to process some of their own issues through the workshop. And if not, we also do, I love to host weekend immersions, and those are retreats. Typically, those go from Friday through Sunday, and you can only imagine when everybody is in the same space and we're sharing and we're exchanging our experiences, how big of an impact and transformation. It's such a beautiful experience, because everybody they come out of it completely different than they went in. So, and it's a 3-day. You think, wow, in 3 days so much work can be done, and it really can, and it's a beautiful experience. So I love hosting those too.
Oh my goodness. Well, when you're immersing yourself in stuff like that, it's absolutely extraordinary. Do you have anything like that coming up in your schedule?
I am looking at the summer so that we can do, so there's 2 that I'm doing now for women. One is called Awaken Your Inner Goddess, and it's a very powerful weekend of immersing into our spirituality, understanding energy vibration, healing things from our past so that we could truly step into allowing ourselves to be that powerful woman that is beautiful outside and inside, but is also strong. And my entrepreneurs, a lot of times, and investors go into that space because they're ready to step into this, like you said earlier, working from our heart and not just from our head. And then the other one that usually is the one that goes before the Awaken Your Inner Goddess is the woman behind the makeup, and how many times we end up living our life according to what others thought we were supposed to do or become, and we get to peel that off and really step into living life on our own terms. And so those, we're getting dates, but we're looking at the summer. So we'll let the audience know how to go into the website, and they'll get all of that. The calendar's going up next week. Hopefully we've been working on all of these different events for them.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely have to have you back on the program before your event to really share and talk about it, because I think that this will be an extraordinary event that hopefully a lot of our listeners will take advantage of. I'm a very firm believer in personal development and doing things for ourselves. As women especially, we are very overwhelmed with life. There's a lot of different things that we seem to have our hands in. We have to, with our children, with our work, with, just being at home, and then our husbands or, our other partners. There's just a lot involved. And when we can just go to something that we can shut everything else out and really work on ourselves, I think it is the best thing, the best feeling. We're rejuvenated. We just feel so much better. So I always think if you've got an opportunity, make sure that you go and do something like this for yourself.
Thank you, Candace. Of course, I'll let you know. And like I said, I'll post you as soon as I have the dates and all. And something that you brought up that is so powerful and so beautiful, and I want to reiterate, is the importance of us taking care of ourselves, because we are the caretakers. And if we're watching out for everybody else and we're doing so much for our family and our friends and people at work, then we've got to take care of ourselves first and make sure that we're giving from a place where we feel that we're healed and we're doing well, rather than a place of scarcity and darkness.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to change topics here, and I want to talk about your book. Let's dive into that. Tell our listeners about your book and, what's in your book, why you've decided to write it, and how we can get a hold of it.
So it's an easy read. I made it small on purpose. It's 33 affirmations to heal your soul. And what was behind this, the idea of creating the book this way, is I wanted people to be able to carry it in a briefcase, in a purse, and it's a little manual, and it's a reflections book. So when you open up, you're going to have, on one side of the page, you're going to have something that you're going to release, and then on the other, you're going to replace it with a positive affirmation. So I'm going to give you an example. For example, number 16 says, if you fall in love with you, you will attract your true love. That's a quote. And then you get to release today. I release the fear of being alone for the rest of my life. Affirmation is, I choose to believe that the perfect partner is on their way to me. And so on the right side, you're going to have a little butterfly on the top, and it's a reflections page. And you get to reflect. It's a little journal where you get to put in your feelings. What is it that you're ready to release, and what is it that you want to replace it with? So it's an example of things that you can do, but if you have your own that are resonating when you're reading, then that's what you're going to reflect on. And what I love to recommend to people is you could do it starting from affirmation 1, it's 33 affirmations all the way to 33, or another way that you could do the book is you can open at any page, and then that would be the release and the affirmation for that day. So really giving people options to be free and to have fun with this. And it was inspired, believe it or not, Candace, it was inspired me being at the beach in Miami, of course. I love being at the beach. And I had my chair in the water and my feet were in the water, and all of these different channels of information were coming in. What if I just told people if they let go of this and they replaced it by this, how much that would help them? And so little by little, they just started to condense and put them all together, and that's how the book came about. So I always say that the book was channeled outside by the beach, by God, by the universe, and that it's something that I know is making an impact. And so if just one affirmation is something that changes anybody's life and mindset, that to me is a huge gift, because that's what it was created for, is to really help make an impact and change people and the way that they think about something so that they can have better experiences in their life.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I love it. Okay, then
you.
How can they get a copy of this book?
Amazon, and they could look it up under Heal Your Past and Live Today, or under my name, Eileen Castellano. There's a Kindle version, and there's also a hard copy version. And what I do encourage the listeners is, if you like it, or if you have anything that you want to share or feedback, the feedbacks are always very important for us as authors. We need all the reviews that we can get. So I'd love to have your reviews on there.
Perfect. And what I'm going to do for our listeners, I'm going to be posting this on all of our social media so that you can check it out and get a hold of Eileen at the same time. So I think it's really important. I love the connections that the Divas That Care is able to make with people. There's so many amazing things that happen, and if we can collaborate with as many people as possible, I think extraordinary things will take place. So I want to thank you for that. And the last thing I want to ask you, if you don't mind, is do you have any tips and tools that you'd love to share with our listeners today?
Yes, something that I hear so often, and for me it's heart-wrenching when I hear it, because it's like, no, don't say that, is when we think that we're not good enough because of something that has happened to us in our past, or we believe that what somebody said to us or about us was our truth and we created a story around it. I'm here to remind everyone out there that you're always more than enough. And so if you ever have that thought, that feeling that I'm not good enough, or I'm never going to reach something, or I'm not going to attain it, I want you to just go back for a moment, take a few deep breaths, and then just go into the mirror or just go into yourself and just say, you know what, I am more than enough. Because if you're breathing and you're here, it's because there's something beautiful for you to create.
So much. Thank you very much for being my guest today. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, me too, Candace. Thank you. What a pleasure.
Well, we're definitely going to have you back on the program. I'm excited for everything that you're going to be doing in the future. And I should ask you, is there anything that is happening? What's next for you?
So I've got some events. I will be speaking at Google. I've got an event coming up in New York. So it's Google in New York on April 18th and March 21st. I will be speaking in Dublin, Ireland in June to a group of authors, talking about how to become an author. We all have a book inside of us, and we hear that all the time, but so many times I'm coaching clients to help them get out of their way, out of the emotions and the thoughts that get in the way of that. So helping other authors and other writers and people who that is their life dream, is to help them actually achieve it. So I'm doing a lot in New York right now. And I've got something else coming up in May. Don't have the dates yet, but again, I will continue to share with you. In May, we're doing something at the Hamptons for the women of the Hamptons, and Women of Wall Street will also be in May of this year. So a lot going on in New York right now, New York and Florida.
Wow, well, that's extraordinary. I love it. And to any of our listeners that would like her to come out probably on the West Coast, you should definitely get a hold of her so we can get you on the other side of the country also.
Definitely. This is part of my book tour. It's taking the book out, and I am open. So I would definitely be open to any invitations and to be able to share. So, oh, yes, Las Vegas. We're looking at Las Vegas. I think I'm going on the Fox show in Las Vegas. Don't have the dates on that yet. So maybe we could do something on the West Coast once I know the dates on Vegas.
Excellent. Well, that's wonderful. And I will be definitely updating all of our tribe out there on the things that you're doing. And again, thank you so much for coming on to the program. It was a pleasure having you. And as I said, I can't wait to have you back on again. You too, Candace. What a gift. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. And I want to do a big thank you to all of our amazing listeners that have been tuning into the Divas That Care. It's because of you that our podcast has been going now for 10 years. We want to thank each and every one of you that has been a really big supporter of ours. Make sure that you check out all our new hosts out there that are on the Divas That Care network at divasthatcare.com. And, make sure that you send out all of these programs to your friends and family. There is a show for everyone out there. We've had the opportunity to interview so many amazing women out there. And I hope that, we're able to connect more. If you would like to be a guest in our program, or if you'd like to maybe connect with one of our amazing guests, please let us know. And make sure that you send it out, or you check us out on Spotify and iTunes. So until next time, make sure that you do something kind for somebody out there. And take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Thank you.